Ben Pappas, Dan's dad. Ben coached with us for a couple of years. He played football at the Naval Academy. He's been in the Special Forces. Just a great message. So I'm anxious for him to get to talk to you guys. So please welcome Mr. Pappas.
Hey, thanks so much. It's a pleasure to be here again with all you guys. I know a lot of you from coaching. I coached some of your brothers, your older brothers as well too. I think seniors were probably in 8th grade when I was coaching in Varsity. I coached some freshmen as well too. So it's a real pleasure to be back here. Again, my background came from the Marine Special Operations Command. I was in the Marine Corps for a long time. I was also a member of Marine Force Recon, Marine Infantry. I'm a Marine Raider by trade. So just kind of give you some of that an idea of my background. But really I want to talk to you guys about some of the success, a lot of the success I had, whether it was in combat, a lot of things, other things in life. And specifically, I'm going to talk about combat a bit today, okay? So if things get too graphic, you can leave, all right? You can opt out, edit it down a little bit, so hopefully it's not too crazy. Dan will tell me later, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a process to everything, okay? The big thing to remember is that war is work, okay? There's a process to how you win in any type of violent endeavor. Football is a violent endeavor, okay? So I want to kind of take you down that road right now and understand where I'm coming from and how I framed this up, okay? And as I was getting ready to talk to you guys, I really, I was thinking about doing some kind of attention gain or something funny. But one thing kept flashing in my mind, okay? It disturbs me since the time I was here coaching with everyone. When they came here the last time, okay, and beat us, again, coaching some of your brothers, tears streaming down their eyes, on that field, in front of the crowd, two of these punk best players took their flag, and I'm sure you heard it from the coaches. They planted their flag on the 50-yard line. And I looked over there, I wanted to punch their teeth. I'm just being me right now, okay, so I'm not a coach right now, so I can really get wild with you guys. I want to go over there and knock their teeth in. Thank God I was standing with Coach Counts, with Coach Heck, and I already saw their wheels spinning. They're like, yeah, we're going to get revenge. And they did, I know that. But I'm going to tell you, there aren't enough beatdowns that you can give these guys. There aren't enough to pay that back. Because you know what they're coming here to do Friday, right? That flag's coming out. We're going to do the same thing. This is payback. They think they're better than you. They're just as big, just as strong, just as fast. They got some dogs in that team that can run. Okay? I saw them play Quince Orchard. You think Quince Orchard's an okay team? I'll tell you something, right? They're prepared. They're ready. They're hard. And they're coming here. They're going to plant their flag, and they want to embarrass you. They want to take your dream from you. They want to take your season from you. You think you're this and that? They're going to come here and stomp on you. I'm just telling you, that's what they're thinking. Okay? Now, why do I bring that up? Anytime I went to combat on a combat mission, that's what they were thinking. They're thinking the same thing. Okay? It's a different environment, right? We're killing people. Okay? They think they're going to kill us and they're going to win. All right? You can't even let it get in your head. You can't care what they think. Okay? So how do we deal with an enemy, an opponent that's like that, that's just as prepared, just as ready, getting the same speech you're getting right now, okay? And how do you win against that? Number one thing you need, first of all, is something I call the combat mindset, okay? The combat mindset, what that is, all right, is the willingness to go out and be as violent as possible immediately, all right? You cannot wait against this team. I know they've told you this. I know this coaching staff. Again, best coaching staff in the area, in my opinion, bar none. Very lucky. I know they told you, you have got to come out and hit them, hit them, hit them. They're coming for you. They raise their intensity level, so the coach on the sideline, give them a little talk. Oh, get them. You got to beat them down again. They rise up, you got to rise up harder. I'm going to tell you something. When you were in my line of work, if we were in a gunfight, people were getting shot. You were getting shot. People were dying. Heads were flying off. Okay, again, if you want to leave, leave. We're going to talk. I'm just going to open up and be myself, all right? If you're in a knife fight, you're going to get cut. Combat mindset says you can push through all of that. Okay? You got to be ready for a dog fight tomorrow. Pain, push through. Fear, push through. I know some of y'all are feeling the butterflies right now. Okay? Some of you all have an X on you, a target on you right now. They're thinking about you all day, all night. Combat mindset, blow past all that. Push through the pain, push through fear. Give more than you ever given before. Everything you got. You got to have that attitude coming in. You got to play to take their heart and take their will. This isn't so much even a physical thing. It's about getting in here and getting in here. The first quarter, you got to play to take their heart from them. Right off the bat. Don't wait till the second play. You got to drop the hammer, okay? When I was out on my missions, I'm not going to lie to you. The first thing I was looking for, I'm looking to drop somebody immediately, as soon as I can. Why? Okay? Why? Why do I want to cause a casualty on the enemy side immediately in close quarters battle? People start dropping around you, it messes with their psychology. You want to talk about, you see someone get punched, you get a little nervous? You see someone drop, it messes with you, okay? So that's not what you're doing. What you're doing though is you're in football. You got to hit the crap out of them tomorrow, right off the bat. It will have the same psychological effect. Okay, violence is not always natural for human beings. We have to train you to violence, and I have to accustom you mentally to this violence. Okay, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm inundating you with this a little more now, so you're ready to come off even harder than you come off before. All right? You got to be ready to come off even harder. You can look at yourself in the mirror. You know if you brought it every play right off the bat in the beginning or not. Combat mindset tomorrow night. All right? You need to inflict damage on them immediately. Cause shock psychologically. Hand-to-hand combat is about momentum as well too. If you let their psychology come back up, if you let their coaching staff get into them, and you let them start swaying the momentum, they can tip it. But once you get them down, it's ground and pound. Get on them immediately, don't stop. Okay, combat mindset. Number 2, next thing, execution, right? I don't need you to be out there being crazy out of your mind, not thinking, all right? My operators were the most stone cold killers you can imagine, all right? I hate to say it, it's not mom and apple pie. They're some savage dudes, all right? They're good people, they're law-abiding, but when it's time to get a target, it's on, okay? But we executed to a T what we were supposed to do, all right? Never outside of the rules, in between the whistles for you guys, okay? And we executed the play as it was designed. The steps you had to do, the little details in execution. You recognize formations. You recognize what the enemy is trying to do to you and the opponent's trying to do to you. Because your head is clear, okay? It's a controlled rage throughout the whole game. Execution. When you're executing, you gotta be executing to leave everything out on the field. Leave your soul on the field tomorrow night. I'm telling you, everything you have, they are going to. I mean, if you don't realize what you're getting into for tomorrow night, you better start realizing it right now. Because that's what they're coming to do to you. They're coming to bury you. Okay? Combat mindset. Tough as hell. Get a step back, bounce back. Execution. Flawless, cold, precise. Listen to your coaches. The best staff in the state of Virginia, probably the DMV. Okay? Maybe around the whole country. You have one of the best staffs here, right? The best staff in the whole area. They will tell you what's going on. Listen, execute everything you've got, and do not hold back. He's telling you that, okay? The next thing you have to do, you've got to be making good decisions under stress. There's going to be a lot of stress out there, okay? It is a choice if you do a late hit. It's a choice if you face mask. It's a choice if you go off sides, okay? It's a choice if you hold offensive line. You guys are always holding. I mean, I was defensive guy, so I know it's just in your nature. You're holding. Don't get caught. All right. The penalties, if you're making bad decisions, if you talk back to the refs, if you decide to get in a fight, you get pushed, you decide to fight, all right? That is a choice, and that choice will cost the team. Your decisions, every decision you make from this point forward has to be a team decision. I'm talking tonight, how much you hydrate, how much you eat, okay? What do you do to get enough sleep? Do anything stupid tomorrow before the game, okay? Everything you do from this point forward has to be a team decision. And obviously, it should have been this way since the beginning of the season too. Think of that. Is what I'm doing going to help the team or hurt the team? You got to think that way. They're split-second decisions. Don't let your rage take over and you get one on a guy, okay, out there, and all of a sudden we get 15. You do enough of that, we're going to give the game away. Do not give them any gifts. If you give them gifts, we cannot win. Give them nothing and take everything from them. You've heard that before. Take it from them. You want this win tomorrow, you got to take it. Nothing's going to be given to you. The next thing is you got to learn from mistakes as you're out there, okay? So this controlled rage, as you're out there, as you're in the game, listen to your coaches. If you make a mistake once, it's a mistake. If you make it over and over and over again, we're getting into choice land here. It's now a choice. You're choosing your destiny. You're choosing who you're going to be as a player. Okay? Let your last mistake be your greatest teacher. I'll say it again. Let your last mistake be your greatest teacher. Let the failures of yesterday plant the seeds of tomorrow's victory. Okay? Next thing I want to say is you have to have a next play mentality. You can't look backwards. You blow a coverage, make it bad, whatever, okay? I didn't want to say, I'm not going to suggest anything else. You make a mistake that costs the team, okay? Everybody around you should be telling you next play, picking you up. The team that stays the most unified tomorrow night, they won't trust me. You get in on them, you start taking their heart, you start taking their will, they're going to start fighting, infighting. They're not as well coached as you guys are. They don't have your culture. But if you give them an inch, they start feeling good about themselves, that's going to turn into a lot of momentum. Beat them down, take everything from them, give them nothing, watch them disintegrate. Now, if you guys make mistakes, next play mentality. Learn the lesson that needs to be learned. Talk to the coaches. If a player is telling you, hey, do this better next time, okay, in a good coaching moment, take it on board, get better, improve, but do not disintegrate. You guys got to stay together tomorrow, okay? Learning from mistakes is crucial. The last thing I'll say, okay, I'll leave you guys with this. Warriors throughout the ages have known that there's one rule in the jungle. Where I was coming from, right, there are no referees, there are no rules, there's no tapping out, there's no ring, there's winning and losing, and that's the jungle. This is all nice, I'm telling you, football's great. Football will prepare you for a lot of things in life. And this one rule in the jungle that I'm describing to you is this. The strong take what they can, and the weak suffer what they must. I'm not here to tell you it's all going to work out tomorrow night. I'm not here to tell you it's going to be okay. The only way it's going to be okay is if you make it okay, and you take what's yours tomorrow night. And I'll tell you, when you play as one, you are the strong. So tomorrow night, play as one, and take what's yours. That's all I got.